Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. All right, you guys, a little housekeeping before we get started. I wanted to let you guys know that I have been called in on a special team at my job, and it looks like I am going to be on this special team for about 8 to 10 weeks. And it looks like it is going to be a very demanding team, and I am going to be pretty much working 8 to 5, and I don't know how breaks are gonna go, and I don't really know how anything is gonna go. So for the next, I'll know more next week. The position, the team starts tomorrow, and I'll be able to get a better feel about what I'm doing, because unfortunately, when you work for the government, they just put you in a position and then they tell you what you do later. So I don't really know what the fuck I'm going to be doing. I have training today, and they're supposed to give me some more information on it, but I don't even really know how things are going to go for this next week. So by the time I get to top of the blogs next week, I'll know better how things are, how I'm going to have to do my schedule. But I can pretty much tell you guys now my schedule is about to be changed. Everything is probably going to be a day later, because now I'm going to have to probably either do my videos very early in the morning, but some mornings it's dark still, or I'm going to have to do them in the evenings after I get off. Like I said, I don't really know how my breaks are going to go. So it's just, I'm just letting you guys know to be patient with me and my schedule for these next 8 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks, while I do that. But you know what? Rocky got to keep the job to pay the bills. Just letting you guys know. Also, there were a couple of people that asked me to do some birthday shout outs, and I totally forgot. That's why I don't like really to do them, because I forget, then I feel bad. You know, you might feel some kind of way feeling like I just didn't give y'all shout out, and it don't be because I didn't want to do it. It's just because I never remember. Like, I be focused, you guys, when I do these videos. My mind is what I'm on what I'm doing. And it's hard for me to remember a lot of times these birthdays. I think I was supposed to do one for somebody's mother and somebody else's birthday, and I really do apologize, truly. I couldn't even go back on Instagram and find the person that asked me to do it, because I get so many DMs in my Instagram that it got pushed down. I couldn't figure out who it was and all that. So I'm sorry, but if anybody out there who got a mama, if you a mama and you watching and your daughter watch with you and your birthday just passed recently, then this happy birthdays for you. I am so sorry about that, but yeah, you guys, I'm bad at those kind of things. So anyway, I just wanted to say that is the housekeeping for today. Also, I might as well throw in, this is the link for my It's Rox gift shop. Thank you all for those who have purchased so far. People have been sending me pictures and you know, messages that they got their products, and I'm really, really happy about it. So thank you guys so much. The It's Rox gift shop is still open to you all, so you're able to go in there and order to your heart's content. Okay, and I'll leave the link down in the box below as well. All right, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get on with the bullshit. Guys, first story up, let's talk about your girl Tessica Brown. That's right, the Gorilla Glue Girl. If you guys don't know about her story, then you've been living under a damn rock, because it has been all over everywhere. And this would be the unfortunate story of Tessica, who normally uses the Got2B glue spray. You guys know it comes in a can very much in the same colors like my sweater that I have on today, and it is a very strong adhesive hold. That is made for hair. That is the point that we need to make very clear. It is made for hair. It is to slick down your hair, not have any flyaways, give you bomb baby hairs and whatnots, okay? Very popular product. She had run out of it. So she looked in her cabinet, and evidently she had Gorilla Glue. Okay, fuck it. Gorilla Glue, Got2B glue. It can't be that different. Although Gorilla Glue is not made for hair. Gorilla Glue is made for wood. It is made for metals. It is made for gluing together products, you know, household items and things, crafting, that sort of thing. It's definitely not made for skin. It's 100% not made for anybody's hair, but Tessica did not think about that. as she sprayed it into her hair and was able to get like the best baby hairs and, you know, the whole slick back. I'm talking about the bomb ass ponytail. It worked out exactly as she wanted. However, she put it in her hair. She left it in, she said, for about a week. And then when she went to try to wash it out, that's when she realized that it was not coming out. She washed it and washed it and washed it some 15 times. She even gave us a demonstration of her trying to wash it with shampoo, even on her social media video, and to no avail. That shit was slicked down at the most slickest, utmost. I mean, it was not moving. And so when I first saw that initial video, I said, wow. I still thought that the girl mistakenly thought that that Gorilla Glue spray was Gorilla Snot. There is a hair product called Gorilla Snot, and actually the hair product Gorilla Snot even kind of has the same, you know, the bottle, the packaging is very similar to the Gorilla Glue. Okay, and so I was giving the girl the benefit of the doubt, and I was saying, well, maybe she mistook the Gorilla Snot for this Gorilla Glue, and that was the reason why she used the Gorilla Glue. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of the two products side by side. Hold on. So you guys see on this side here, this is the Gorilla Snot, okay? And then on this side here is the Gorilla Glue. So, I mean, I'm not saying that they look exactly alike, but maybe, you know, if you trip and you rushing, you trying to, you know, hurry up and do something, maybe there is a way that you can get the two mixed up, okay? So I was giving the girl the benefit of the doubt. I said maybe she got the two mixed up, and that's what she did. Well, it was made very clear to me that no, that is not what happened. She did not mistakenly use the Gorilla Glue. She purposely used the Gorilla Glue and thought that it was going to perform the same way that the Got2b glue spray would perform. And that was when she found out about a week later that it was not happening. So of course we've had a lot of opinions. One of the good things and the bad things about social media is that when you open yourself up to a platform such as Instagram, there's always a chance that it can go viral. And when it does go viral, you got thousands and thousands and thousands of people weighing in on your situation. This is what happened to Tessica. She said she went to sleep, and when she woke up the next day, she had the video was everywhere, and everybody had something to say, and people were calling her stupid, and why would she do this, and this, that, and the other, okay? And so now all of a sudden, she has opened up her life to all these people that have an opinion, and I guess that would be overwhelming. But Tessica did try to keep everybody informed. You know, when people were trying to tell her that she's going to have to use some sort of Gooby Gone or some sort of acetone or something that's going to break down that hair, because it's basically like a glued helmet on her head, okay? Could not get through, would not come up. She's tried all of these different things, because now it's been a month, okay? We're getting the story after it's been in her hair for a month. Nothing is working. We started to hear stories that Tessica was contemplating suing Gorilla Glue people, that she had obtained a lawyer and she was trying to figure out her options. Overnight, she went from however many followers that she had on Instagram to over 500,000. She is now verified. And people were starting to say that she did all of this to, you know, for clout, for people to know about her, and you know, this was just a way for her to become popular and all of this. And yeah, so I've been hearing these stories all week. When I saw the story about her possibly getting a lawyer and thinking about suing Gorilla Glue, I was like, I know that girl is not going to try to say that, you know, this is the fault of the company. There's definitely a spot on the bottle that says It is not for, you know, is not created for skin. Do not get it on your skin. And your scalp is your skin. Yes, your hair does cover it, but you have hair all over your body, you guys. Don't forget that. Just because you can't possibly see it all the time, you have hair all over your body. So just because your hair on the top of your head is longer, that still does have skin underneath it. So I didn't think that she was going to have a case. And, you know, I was like, people can't just go around suing companies because of their own stupidity or bad choices or, you know, I ain't trying to kick the girl when she down, because as the time went on and we see her more and more, you know, I started to feel sorry for her, even if it was a stupid, you know, even if it was a stupid choice to make, it still started to get to the point where it wasn't even funny. Like, you couldn't even make fun of it because it was just like, this girl is obviously suffering. You know, when you start to really think about having some shit that's plastered down to your head, it's like, what are your follicles doing? Your hair hasn't been able to breathe, grow. You guys know how I feel to have on a fucking wig. You ain't used to a weave, and that shit itches. You can't get up under there good. Can you imagine having a hard ass helmet on your head for a month? Can you imagine what her scalp is going through? You know, so then I started to feel sorry for her because I was like, this shit ain't even funny. Like, she could get really for real damage from this. And then we talking about different chemicals and things that we could use to possibly get that out of her hair. But, you know, this is your brain, like your head. It ain't that much thick before you start getting to your brain, you know, and all of that. So it's like, you have to think about having all of these chemicals and shit so close to something that is like running your whole body. Of course, along with your heart, but your brain is you know, we ain't trying to fuck up our thinking process and all of that. So it's like, yeah, she's got real problems. So she did go to the doctor. They did try to do some sort of acetone and saline treatment, but she said it was burning. So she took the stuff home and tried to do it herself, but even it burned at home. So she hasn't been able to do that. There has been a doctor, he's a plastic surgeon out there in Los Angeles, I'm sorry I didn't get his name, who has offered to get that off of her head. It's going to be more than just a 1 or 2 day treatment, but whatever he's going to do, he's promised that he will help her. He's doing it free of charge, and I'm assuming that that's what she will be able to do. But she was able to get that acetone in enough, I guess, to the goo be gone. I think that's what she's using to get her ponytail off. She was able to cut that off, so you can actually see her hair underneath. It's like almost like you feel like you can push your finger up underneath there and just kind of move it around and break it off. Then that would be something. But it seems like it's just so affixed to her head, you know, it's bad. But anyway, I watched a video of her on ET, on Entertainment Tonight. I watched it this morning. It's about 13 minutes long, and she clarifies a lot in the video. Made me feel even more sorry for her. But, you know, she's just this 40-year-old woman who has kids, who made a bad decision. You know, she said that, you know, people that's talking about her and saying all these things that don't know her, you know, they've had an effect on her. She said that her mom has told her not to read the comments, but she can't help herself. And so she gets upset and she wishes that she never even posted the video to begin with. Okay. It's brought way too much attention. And I can imagine somebody who's not used to being out there like that for the, you know, public, and all of a sudden it's just everywhere. You're everywhere and you didn't ask for it. So she said she didn't do it for clout. She really was just hoping that somebody could help her, but she just expected that in her small little circle of, you know, followers on her social media. She had no idea that it was going to go viral like that. They asked her, did she plan on suing the company? And she said, no, she's not planning on suing the company. She don't even know where that came from. She never said that. And see, that's what happens with social media. So many things get said, you know, and people make up stories and all that. It don't even be true. Okay, so she has sense enough to know that she made the decision on her own. And, you know, while it was a bad decision, it was her decision. She's not suing the company. She just wants the shit off of her head. She does have a GoFundMe, though. Does have a GoFundMe. She said she only set it for it to be like up to $1,200. But as of now, I think it's up to about $15,000. And people are just offering to help her. But I'm thinking to myself, she might need that money. She might need that money to, y'all hear that thunder? Child. she might need that money for some medical issues if she ends up, because they're saying that she's probably going to have scalp. I'm pretty sure she's going to have some sort of scalp damage up there. And, you know, her hair may not grow back. You know, she may have damaged her follicles enough that her hair may not grow properly. So she said she created the GoFundMe to pay for her wigs. So you got $15,000 now, so you're going to be able to pay for a whole bunch of wigs, you know. But, yeah, the whole story is, it went from funny to, oh, bitch, that's what you get, to then it was just sort of like, wait, no, that's not really nice. And, you know, yeah, this is just a bad decision. And now we really see she could really be jacked up from this. And so then you feel sorry for her. And, you know, so I feel sorry for the girl. I hope she's able to get the shit off of her head. It looks like she's going to be able to get it off, but not without any long-term damage. So we'll keep our eye on the story. I'm sure we'll hear about it once she finally gets it all off. I'm sure we'll see that on social media. Guys, for those of you who were fans of the BestMan movie, you'll be happy to know that the Peacock streaming service, which is affiliated with NBC, you know how all the channels now, everybody has their own streaming thing that you got to pay extra for. What the hell you got cable for if you got all these streaming services? But anyway, they have decided to pick up the BestMan limited series. It's going to be 10 episodes. It is going to be written and directed by Malcolm Lee, the same one who has written and directed both the BestMan and the BestMan Holiday movies. It will also be produced by Insecure's, this girl, Dana Lynn North. She was a producer on Insecure. She will now be writing and Insecure and producing for the BestMan this limited series as well. I think they're calling it the final chapter, and it's supposed to be, like I said, 10 episodes. We have all of the cast returning: Taye Diggs, Nia Long, Harold Perrineau, Terrence Howard, Sanaa Lathan, Regina Hall, Melissa D'Souza, Morris Chestnut. The only person that will not be returning is Monica Calhoun. And you guys know that she died in the BestMan Holiday, which really sucks for her, because this is an opportunity for everybody who might not even really be doing too much. We see Monica Calhoun every now and again, but I'm sure everybody could use a fucking check, is what I'm saying. She's the only one. Maybe we could throw her in on some flashbacks, you know, maybe we could get her in that way. But yeah, she's the only one that's not returning. So I guess it's going to pick up where it left off, and we'll see, you know, how their lives have evolved since, you know, Monica Calhoun's character. What was her name on the show? On the movie? I can't even think of it, but, you know, since she's died. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We got a lot of good shows, and everything is on streaming services now. So it's just like, if you ain't got the streaming service, you don't see them, you know? So that's why I'm just like, what's the purpose of even having cable now? Because now, you know, all the good shit come on the streaming. If I could just get my husband to just get off of this cable bandwagon, and we could just fully commit ourselves to a few different streaming services and be done with it. Because everything else I want to see, I can see it very easily on the internet. I can still make it happen, you know? But he's just so addicted to that damn cable. Don't even really watch it, but 4 channels, child. Anyway, yeah, the show is coming. They say it is set for September. And if you are interested, then you go on and subscribe to the Peacock channel. The BestMan limited series is coming. All right, you guys, I'm going to send up a rest in peace to Mary Wilson. She was one of the founding members of the Supremes. Okay, her along with Florence Ballard and definitely Diana Ross. We remember them as the 3 beautiful black women who opened doors, who opened opportunities for girl groups all over. Berry Gordy has said that the Supremes was very responsible for the Motown label's success at the beginning, because the Supremes, they were just it back then in the 60s, and very much created the Motown sound along with other artists there. But these women I mean, everybody knows and loves the Supremes. They were the prototype for girl groups. And pretty much all of the girl groups that you can think of, especially African American or, you know, like R&B or hip hop type girl groups that have come even to this day, we know that somewhere along the line they have the Supremes to thank for what they've been able to achieve. They opened the doors for them. Now, Mary Wilson certainly still had a very full life. She was still very much active in her career of singing. And so her death came as a shock. You know, even when I saw, because there were some websites that had posted like a video of her just a few days ago. I think she was planning some sort of something that she was going to be singing at. And she was fine. I mean, she didn't look like she was sick or anything, okay? And they said that was just maybe 3 or 4 days before she ended up dying in her home in Henderson, Nevada. They haven't given the cause of death, so I don't know how she died, but I'm telling you, when you saw the video, she looked fine. Like, you never would have known that this woman was going to pass. I'm assuming she died in her sleep. She wasn't even that old. I think she was 74 years old, you guys. But yeah, still had her singing career. They said that she just was full of life. She was still very vibrant. You know, she was a diva. She was the one who wrote the autobiography Dreamgirls, My Life as a Supreme. We know that that book was turned into the Broadway hit musical, eventually turned into the movie. In that autobiography, of course, she talked about the tension and the strained friendships, if that's what you want to call it, with Diana Ross. I mean, we've all heard stories about how difficult the times were with the group, you know, having to deal with Diana Ross with her diva-like ways back in the day. But I would like to think that as they've grown older, they were at least able to, you know, be friends. I'm not sure if they were the best of friends. Diana Ross did put out a statement saying that she has wonderful memories of her times with Mary Wilson and that she will live forever in our hearts. So I don't know if they got their friendship back on track like that. But, you know, these were women who definitely shared a part of history together, who were always going to be connected to each other in some sort of way. There still had to be some kind of love there. And so, yeah, she did put out her statement. And other people, you know, people were affected by this. You guys, it's amazing that we're losing so many of our legends. Like last year, I felt like there were a lot of young people dying. But this year, it's been a lot of our older, you know, the ones that have just been around, staples in the game, names that we've been hearing for years and years and years. They have been dying, okay? So, you know, this one also, we can just add her to that list. Okay, Mary was actually married to Pedro Ferrer. Okay, he was a road manager for the Supremes, but they divorced a short time later. But they did have 3 children pretty much right after they got married. They have a daughter, Turquesa, their oldest son, Pedro Jr., and then they had Raphael. Raphael's life did precede Mary's life in death. He was in a tragic car accident some years ago. But so she is survived by 2 children. I don't believe she was remarried. I'm sure that she also has a host of family and friends that will miss her dearly. And then fans all over the world. Like, this is definitely a loss, okay? Just add her, like I said, to the list of legends that we've been losing. But, of course, her music will forever live in our hearts. Rest in peace to Mary Wilson. All right, you guys. So did you guys take me up on that bet when I asked you how long you thought that DaBaby and DaniLeigh was going to stay together? I think I gave it till the summer, right? None of you guys took me up on my bet. You would have won because, damn it, they didn't even make it to the spring. Yes, it looks like DaniLeigh and DaBaby are no more. Danny hit us with a Instagram post that just said single, and we immediately knew that she and DaBaby had broken up. I guess she was feeling emotional about it, as she posted on her Instagram, and it says, anytime God calls you to a new level, it will seem like you're losing more than you are gaining. Stay encouraged. He is making room. Okay? And yes, that is very much true. There are plenty of times where God is trying to take us to new levels. So we can appreciate a good quote, but of course people were clowning her over this breakup because they've just been out there so much. And of course her Yellow Bone song did not help, you know, because she's so very cockily. Is that the word? Cockishly? Or is it cockily? Whatever it is, she was just so big-headed about the fact that, you know, Yellow Bone was what he wants. Well, he don't want it no more. And of course, that's what everybody was teasing her about in her comments. Okay, so Yellow Bone is not what he wants. And of course, DaniLeigh got irritated with that. She's salty. So she was just like, I mean, how many times you guys gonna say some shit like that? Is that all y'all got? Okay, why don't you come up with something new to say and then come talk to me? You know, otherwise get out my comments and all of this. I'm thinking to myself like, girl, I mean, the song just came out. Y'all just broke up. Of course, people still gonna be teasing you about that. Like, you just gonna have to ride that one out for a little while. And then, you know, people be moved on to something else. But yeah, they gonna hit you with the Yellow Bone is not what he wants. All right. Especially the way that you put the song out and it was clear that you were coming at his baby mama, Mimi, who looks like, at least for now, has won, if you call DaBaby a prize, because he's always going to be around, that girl. They have a baby together. There's some love there, obviously, even though he is now saying he's single, and, you know, he's got this contest now called the Masterpiece Contest, where you have to redo this video that India Love had done, where she's acting out the words to the Masterpiece song, and whoever does that best, then he is going to get them flued out to where he is for Valentine's weekend. I guess that's just to get on DaniLeigh's nerves, okay, for somebody that can move on so quickly. But, you know, he's a very young, successful rapper. Everybody wants him. Evidently, a lot of women want him. And he's also got very strong tie to his baby mama. It's just a whole bunch of fucking drama. So if you thought that it was going to be a serious relationship, then maybe you shouldn't think that, okay? He ain't ready to settle down, clearly. That shit with him and DaniLeigh, even though it might still go on, they might still fool around back and forth or whatever. Like, you know, I think we all could see that it wasn't nothing serious, okay? So, even though she said that she loved him and she had his back and all of that, I was just like, girl, keep on living. My grandma Rose always said it, honey, keep on living. You gonna be fine. He gonna be fine. Mimi gonna be fine. Everybody gonna be fine. They'll look back at these days and laugh.